Hello guys, you're welcome back to the channel. So in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how I cut and sew this beautiful skirt you're watching on the screen right now. I'll be showing you in details of how I cut and sew it from beginning to the end. So if you are interested in this kind of tutorial, kindly stay back and watch. This is a wrap top I sew on it. It's a wrap top, and I'll be doing another video on the top separately, but for the skirt I'll be showing you how I cut and sew it from beginning to the end. So this is it. I decided to wear it with a different top, and I think it's okay. You can decide to rock it anyhow. And here is our fabric for this tutorial. We need our tape rule, our scissors, our chalk for this tutorial. It's a very simple skirt that you can sew within 30 minutes, cutting and sewing within 40 minutes. Let's say cutting and sewing within 40 minutes. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you the easiest method you can use to sew this skirt. Easiest method ever. So now the first thing we're going to do is to fold our fabric. We're going to fold our fabric. That's going to be the first thing we need to do. Let's fold out our fabric one after the other. So the skirt length we are working with is the skirt length of 25. So this is it. I just chalk it out. Skirt length of 25. After you measure out your skirt length, so I'm going to add extra 20 inches to the skirt length measurement. Now let me explain this. You can decide to add, I initially for this particular skirt I wore here, right here, I added just 20 inches to it. You can decide to add more than that depending on how much you want it to be full. If you want it to be very full, you can decide to add 30 inches. You can decide to add 40 inches. So let me explain again. The person's skirt length is 25. Then after I already marked that out, I had good 20 inches to the skirt length measurement. Add 20 inches to the skirt length measurement. After you are done with that, that's the first thing. So after you are done with that, the next thing you need to consider is the breadth, that is the side of the skirt. Now to bring this out in your fabric, you are going to be using your hip measurement. For the side, we are going to, initially for this particular one I wore, I added 9 inches extra to this hip measurement, to the waist measurement, all through till down. I added 9 inches to the measurement. So what you are going to do is that you are going to first take your initial measurement, take your waistband measurement. What is the waist? Yeah, that's how you're going to do it, so that it will give you one place will not be bigger than the other. Take your waist measurement. The person waist measurement is 28. 28 divided by 4 will give us 7. After you are done with that, add your 9 inches to it. Initially I want to use 10 inches before, but I later change it to 9 inches. I think 9 inches is okay for me, so I later change it to 9 inches. So add your 9 inches. Come to your hip line measurement as well. Measure out your 9 inches. How do you get your hip line? Your hip line, you're going to get your hip line depending on the person skirt length. If the person is tall, you can use 8 inches from the person waistline to a hip line. You can use 8 inches. But if the person is not tall, just like me, you can use 7 inches. So now the person hip measurement is 36. 36 divided by 4 will give us 9 inches. So this is 9. After I measure out my 9 inches for the hip measurement, then I will now add my initial 9 inches. You know, I said earlier that we are going to be adding 9 inches to the body measurement all through. You are going to add 9 inches to the waist measurement. You are going to add 9 inches to the hip line. You are going to add your 9 inches all through to down. So that is what we are going to do now. We are going to add our 9 inches after taking our body measurements. So I'm going to cut it out now. So the one I'm cutting right now is the front body. So I'll be using the front body to cut out the back body. So by the time I want to cut out the back body, I'll be adding just my 1 inches for the sewing allowance to the back body. That is how we're going to do that. So I'm going to cut out the front. So what I did here is just to add I added 20 inches to the length of the skirt. Then I had 9 inches to the body measurement. But when you want to add your 9 inches, don't just add it. Don't just measure out a straight line. Measure out your waist first. Measure out your hip measurements out. Then from there, add your 9 inches straight down. Add your 9 inches. So I'm just trying to fold this. Let's fold it again so that we can cut out the back body as well. So this is it. I'm just trying to arrange it very well. I'm trying to place the front on it, and at the same time to add my 1 inches. Can you see that? This is it. I'm adding my 1 inches for the zip allowance at the back side to reach. So after I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is to cut it out. We're going to cut it out right now. So let's cut it out and move to the next thing. Just trying to arrange it so that and this is what we have after cutting it out. This is what you're going to have after you cut it out. Now the next thing we are going to do now is that we are going to cut out the waistband, because since it's going to have band at the waist, so we are going to cut out the waistband. So for the waistband, I'll be cutting out 4 inches by 28, but I will not be cutting 28. I'll be cutting 30 because of the zip allowance and stuff. So I'll be cutting out 4 inches by 30. And for the rope that we are going to be inserting inside the hole, I'll be cutting out 1.5 inches. So this is for the waistband, and I already cut out that one as well. So now back to sewing. Now we are done with the cutting. So the first thing we are going to do is to leave, this is the back body, so I'm going to leave out the zip allowance for the zip where we are going to insert our zip. So I just leave out 6 inches right here. Then this is 1 inches that we added earlier. Please don't forget that, we added 1 inches to the back body. So we are going to, and another thing is that for this particular style, you don't need to put slits at the back. But if your client said they want to put slits, you are free to do that. But for this particular one I don't put any slits at the back. So just sew it straight down. Sew it from beginning. That is from the zip side. After you leave your zip allowance, sew it all through till down, just as shown here. So can you see that? Just sew it all through. So after we are done sewing it, this is it. After I'm done, the next thing we are going to do, so this is it. I bring it to the table so that I can place it on each other. This is the back that we already joined together, and we already leave our zip allowance. This is it right here, right now. Can you see that? This is it when we join it. So the next thing we are going to do right now is that we are going to place it. Just look at the way we are going to. We are not going to be sewing it the way we used to sew clothes, that will place the good face facing each other. No, we are not going to sew this one like that. This one, this is how you are going to sew it. Just like you want to wear your skirt now, place it like you want to wear your like you want to wear your skirt. This is the good face facing me right now, and the bad face facing the table as well. So we will now stitch it. We are going to stitch it on the good face. This is it right now. I'll measure out the person waist measurement. We are going to be sewing it on the good face. Please don't forget that. We are not sewing it like normal skirts. So then the person hip measurement, that is what we are going to be doing. Just take it and just sew it straight down. With the waist measurements, measure out the waist measurements, measure out the hip measurement as well, and just sew it straight down on the good face of the fabric. Just sew it straight down. Sew it straight down. Then after we are done with that, we're going to sew it on both sides. We're going to sew it on both sides. So when we are done with that, we move to the next. So this is it after we sew it. This is what we have. This is what we are going to have. So I already take both sides. I already sew it on this side, and I already sew it at the other side as well. So this is what we have. After you are done with that, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to start folding. We are going to start folding it one after the other. We are going to fold the side, all the side. You are going to fold it at this part that I'm holding here, at this part that we am holding. We are going to fold it here. We are going to fold it at the side as well. So that's the first thing we are going to do. The first thing is to fold all the side. So let's start folding it one after the other. Let's start folding it one after the other, just as shown. So this is what I have after folding everything. This is what I have. I place it on the table again for you to see. This is it. I already fold everything. The next thing we are going to do now is that we are going to stitch another one. See, this is it. I already fold all the side. The next thing we are going to do, and we already fold here as well, we already fold the down part as well. We are going to fold the down part as well. Can you see that? So the next thing we are going to do now is to go and, we stitch the side one time before. We stitch the side one time before. But before you stitch the second time, first place your band on it. You're going to stitch our band. Just place your band and put this one, pull it inside so that you can be able to stitch your band on the main body. Let's go and stitch the band right now. So just like I said, so we continue to stitch it. Just stitch it straight down as shown. So this is it. So the next thing you're going to do is to, just as shown, can you see, just put it on it like this and stitch it straight down. That's how I always sew my band here at Nefi Clothing. So just open it and stitch it straight down. So that's how you finish your band. Very, very neat. This method is very neat. Make sure that you pull that other one inside and just stitch it straight down. So after we are done with that, then we move to the next thing. So that is that about the band of a thing. Then I'm going to cut out the excess and I'm going to fix the zip. We are not done though, because we have not put the rope at the side, and we have not even create where we are going to be putting the rope. You understand? So we are done with that. This is it. This is what we have after sewing it, after fixing the zip. Now this is where the work is right now. The next thing we are going to do right now is that look at this side. Can you see the side? This is where our rope, this is the excess at the side. This is what we are. So we are going to take it now. Just watch this place carefully, because this is where we are going to insert. Just place here the side, just place it on the machine. Please watch here carefully. Place it on the machine, leave like half of an inch in between where we first join the body, where we first sew at the waistline to the hip line. So just leave half of an inch in between. Can you see? Reverse it and just sew it straight down as shown. That's it. So the stitches here now is going to be 2 stitch. The stitches here is going to be 2 stitch, so just half of an inch. This is it, half of an inch. So it's this half of an inch that we are going to like sew till down. So we continue to sew it till down. So that's where we are going to be putting our rope inside. I'll be showing you that. So it's very, very simple and easy to make. It's very, very simple and easy to make. Just follow this tutorial and before you know it, you are good to go. We are almost done with the sewing, so just sew it till down. This is it after sewing it. This is what can you see the stitches? So it makes double stitch, right? So it's this double stitch that we're going to insert the rope we make earlier. So just find anything you love to use to insert your rope, to insert your elastic. Find it and insert your rope inside as shown. Just say the way I'm going to do it. Just insert it till up. You're going to be putting it till up. So this is it. Just pull it up a little bit. Can you see? Remove your pin, remove it and pull it inside a little bit, and just at this part, at this edge right here, just stitch it. Just stop stitch it. Or you can do it this way. You can decide to, or you can decide to put it in so that it will go inside the band. You can decide to do it and pull it inside and sew it inside your waistband, the band we sew earlier. And you can decide to do it this way as well. It's still very neat. It won't show. So just stitch it at this part. Stitch it right here. Make sure that you reverse very well so that it won't pull inside later on. Make sure that you reverse it and cut all the threads, everything, every necessary thing that needs to be cut it out. And this is it. So the same thing we did right here, you're going to repeat it at the other side as well, the left side and the right side. So you repeat this. So this is it after I already sew it and I already insert the rope inside. This is what I have. This is everything. Can you see? I already insert the rope at the side. I already insert the rope at the second side as well. So the next thing we are going to do now is that I'm going to pull it a little bit up. I'm going to pull this is the second side as well. So, and this is it. This is the down part. I already fold the down part as well. Fold the down part of the skirt. So I'm going to pull the rope up now. Can you see? Just pull your rope up. Just pull it to your desire. If you want to wear it as 3/4, you can just do it like that. And if you want to wear it as short skirts, you are free to do that as well. Just pull your rope in as shown. And before you know it, you are good to go. Your skirt is ready. Cutting and sewing this within 40 minutes. You are through with cutting and sewing. 40 minutes, you are done. So this is it. And this is what we have after sewing it. Can you see that? This is it at this here right now. I wear it as short skirt. So, and this is the wrap top I make for this. So I'll be dropping tutorial on how I cut and sew the wrap top in my next tutorial. So this is it right here. So if you want it, if you want to like wear the skirt as 3/4, just pull the rope a little bit down, just as shown right here. Just pull it down and you're good to go. If you want to wear that long skirt as well, you can just decide to release everything to become long skirt for you. Thanks so much for watching the channel. See you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.